John, you're one of the few people who'll be making 3 trips to Blacksburg in your career.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, just talk about what it's like going in there. You've been on both sides of it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a great place to play. It's a tough place to play. They have a really strong crowd at home, so you know you got to deal with that. But it's a great experience.
What was it like? I mean, Tyler's 4th quarter against them your freshman year, and coming out of there with a win. What was that playing right back like?
That was awesome. You know, it's kind of as a young guy, you know, you're around the program, you know, you're playing, but you don't really see how much it means to these guys. It's kind of hard to tell until you see a moment like that and just see the guys, you know, celebrating together. So it was really awesome. I still remember, you know, being in that locker room, being on the plane back.
And conversely, 2 years ago,
that was tough, for sure.
A lot of the guys that are veterans and tough guys now, they were kind of puppies back then. Do you guys talk about that? I mean, is there a little sense that, you know, you got to go back there and fix that thing?
I mean, you know, that year, that 2015, 2016, you know, 2016 was better than 2015, but a lot of us, you know, we got kicked around. We played in a really good league, and a lot of us were young guys getting our experience. So, you know, we've been through a lot, and we draw on those experiences a lot. You know, when we're in a tough game, a close game, you know, it's something that we have to draw on, like I said.
And just what's the cohesion of this offensive line? I know you missed last year, but it's still it's a veteran unit.
Absolutely.
All kind of, you know, 5 fingers, 1 fist type of mentality.
Absolutely. You know, I have, you know, the utmost confidence in my guys. You know, like I said, it's going to be loud down there, and I got to make the IDs. But I know that if they can't hear me, I know they're putting the time in on the film to know the looks and to know where they have to go, even if I'm not able to communicate.
In the 5 years, the 5 years you've been here, I haven't seen a team that can run and pass like this team does. Just you're prolific in 2 phases. Just talk about that.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a big change. You know, we kind of look at each other sometimes after the games. We're like, we were throwing it like that. Like it was kind of a surprise to a lot of us who, you know, especially when I came in. You know, we were, you know, power.
I imagine the signal change on the road anyway, just because it's loud. But like in particular environments, like say Tech or like Clemson or something like that, like do you have to make any additional adjustments to wherever you point out, or how you point them out, or with sounds, or with hand motions? Or?
Yeah, you got to be a lot more, you know, demonstrative, but just try and keep everything the same and consistent, so nobody's freaking out too much.
And then like I'm not sure how, you know, because they're like the sometimes wide, but the tight ends, right? They're but they're not. They're like linemen, but they're not.
Yeah.
How much communication do you have with them? Because I feel like, especially with the offensive changes you had in the last year and a half, they had like a ton of responsibilities, and I feel like it's a ton of work.
Yeah.
How much do you work with them, and how impressive is what they do?
You know, they're with us a lot in walkthroughs and even individual, and they're tied into everything we're doing. You know, the front identification, the point, they're all tied into that, and they need to know that just as much as the guards and the tackles.
How much do you talk to them about it individually? Or?
You know, they're coached really well. Coach Leonard does a great job. So, but you know, every now and then a look will come up, and we'll have to get with them and say, hey, we're going to do this. That means you're doing this, this, and that. And they're really good. And like I said, they're well coached and a lot of experience there. So they pick it up just like that.
Is there kind of is there a distinction between, like, you guys are true linemen and they're like sometimes linemen? You know what I mean? Like, is there a distinction there, or like how do you kind of separate? Or
we're all one group. You know, our lockers are right next to each other. We're all one group. We're pretty tight.
Who's, if you had to say, not one individual, but like somebody who, like that got blocks, I could have them on. You know what I mean? Like, you could hang out with us a little bit more if you wanted to.
No, I mean, I'd take any of them, and honestly, we have taken a few tight ends to play O-line. So.
That's all I got.
How's Alec Lynchman coming along?
Great. You know, he's a great kid. Spent a lot of time with him, making sure he's ready in case something happens, and he's really coming along great. A really mature guy, can handle a lot of the mental stuff that you have to do at center.